No, but for real, what's really funny, is um I was out taking a walk this weekend, and I was thinking about just my life as a whole. I was thinking about some of the things that I've experienced in life, and I was thinking about some of the people that I've encountered in life. And sometimes people, they just not feeling you, right? They don't understand you. They just maybe just don't like you for whatever reason, and it could possibly be nothing that you've done, nothing that you've said. And so I was kind of thinking about my life and considering conversations that I've had with my mother. And one of the things my mom would say is, you'd be surprised what people see in you that causes them to not really like you. She said, you'd be surprised what people will be jealous and envious of as it relates to you. And I thought that was crazy, because most of the time, the people that I have the issues with are the people who I would consider that would be more successful than me, the people who make more money than me, the people who have the family, the husband, the wife, the two children, and the dog, and the picket fence, and they vacation every year. And so, the people that you would think, wouldn't have a problem with me, little old me, just trying to come up on the rough side of the mountain. And, but she would say, you'd be surprised that people see things in you and that they don't see in themselves. And the thing that they see, they envy. The thing that they see, they're jealous about. And, at a young age, you don't really understand that, but you want everybody to like you. But as I grew and as I matured, I began to understand what my mom was talking about. And so, it's my goal to encourage people, hey, pay attention to the people that don't like you. Pay attention to the people that have set themselves up to be your enemy. Pay attention to the people who have a lot to say about you, have a lot to say about what you're doing and what you're not doing, who you think you are. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not that you think of yourself in that way, it's because they think of you in that way. So, they'll say, oh, you think that you're too much for this crowd, when in all actuality, they think that you're too much for the crowd, right? They have an idea of what too much is. They've already created within their own thought processes what too much is, what a person who thinks that they are too much acts like, right? So you fit the mold, you fit the build of the person who acts like they're too much for the crowd. So you want to pay attention to the people who say certain things about you. We get upset because we're like, well, I don't think that I'm too much for the crowd, but maybe you should. Maybe you should. Maybe you should think you're too much for the crowd, right? Because in thinking that you're too much for the crowd, that means that you're going somewhere that the crowd is not going. That means you're taking a risk. That means that you're walking down a path that not everybody's following. So you're too much for the crowd, right? You think you're better than everybody. No, it's not that you think you're better than everybody. It's that they think that you're better than everybody. There's something about you that shines. There's something about you that glows. There's something about you that when you come into contact with people, their lives change. When you come into contact with people, situations get rearranged and things get better when you come into contact with people. So no, you don't think that you're better than other people. They think you're better. They think that you have a whole lot to offer this world, right? So maybe you should think. You weren't thinking in that way, but maybe you should think that you're better. Listen, what am I saying? Pay attention to what your enemies are saying about you. And maybe if you pay attention to what they're saying about you, you'll learn something about yourself. You'll learn that you're better than what you've been considering yourself as being. You'll learn that you have more to offer than what you thought you had to offer. You'll learn that there are gifts, that there are talents, that there are abilities locked up inside of you that you could not see. But that little old enemy of yours who can't stand your presence, they see it. They see it. And they believe it. And so maybe you should too.